Hey, this DH coming to you about the NBA Finals. The Raptors have won the championship 114-110. It was a close game throughout the game. In the first quarter, I thought Carl Lowry was on fire. I think he had like 15 points in the first quarter. It was a pretty high scoring game. It was like 32, 33, somewhere around there in the first quarter. Clay got injured his knee in the third quarter. He went out the game with 30, game high 30. So that kind of sealed the game for the Warriors. They just didn't have enough horses to win the game. I mean, at some point, injuries was gonna catch up with you. You started losing Kevin Durant, then you started losing Thompson. I mean, I think Iuogudola had about 22 points, which was needed. Curry had about 30. I mean, it just wasn't enough. It wasn't the Warriors that you was expected to see. By the fourth quarter, you only had Curry, Iuogudola, and Green. That was it. Really, Curry is the main scorer on that team, so I think it was like a curtains. Even if they would have won even if the Warriors would have won Game 6, I'm having technical difficulty to see them winning Game 7 against the Raptors in Toronto. I mean, even if Thompson would have came back that next game, he still would have been the same, because it was a pretty bad injury from that game. I think it was a back and forth. It was a back and forth game throughout. I think Toronto just had a better team. They had more players that can score. You expected them to win the game because they had so much of an advantage scoring wise and off the bench. I mean, Ibaka had like 15 off the bench. Vereen had like 11 or 12 off the bench. I mean, it was just a whole normal. All the starters damn near scored except Gasol, who struggled throughout the game with his shot. But everybody else in the starting squad scored. Ibaka, who had 20-something points. I mean, it was just too much to control defensively for Oakland, for the Warriors. It was just too much. It was too many scores. It was not enough people that could score on the Warriors end. I mean, everybody was banged up. I mean, shoot. Kevin Durant had a picture of him in a hospital, just went through surgery, who had a torn Achilles. So that should tell you. Then Clay went out, and that kind of really took the heart out. I kind of figured that the writing was on the wall that Toronto should have won that game. What y'all think about the game? What y'all think about Toronto winning? Do y'all think it was kind of tarnished because the Warriors was like banged up, really banged up during the playoffs? And overall, if they was both 100%, do you think Toronto would have beat the Warriors in the series? So comment, hit that bell button, subscribe. My Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, all gonna be at the bottom of the description. Holla at your boy. This DH. I'm out.